There are situations in everybody's life where we feel nervous, tense, anxious, angry, or insecure. That might be certain difficult conversations, negotiations, public speaking, introducing yourself in front of people, interviews, or dates. You probably know best when you would likely feel stressed. Nobody likes to feel uncomfortable emotions and sensations, and more often than not, they can really stand in the way of us just being genuinely ourselves, feeling grounded and safe. In this video, I would like to share some tips or steps to take, or tools, if you will, with you that will help you to navigate through those situations with less stress and overwhelm. So let's imagine that one certain situation that would probably make you feel nervous, tense, or anxious, or just uncomfortable in general. When you remember a situation like that in the past, you might notice experiencing or maybe seeing your body completely aligned with that feeling or that sensation that you had. You might remember an overall tension in your body. Maybe the shoulders were compressed and stiff, or you might remember that your head was down, looking to the ground. Maybe your back was bent forward, so in order to make yourself look smaller or pretending you are invisible. This is a huge hint for us to become aware of, because our body reacts wonderfully aligned with our feelings and vice versa. So in order to change the way you feel, you can help your body to respond differently. And that can be the easiest first step to take. So when you notice you are feeling tense, insecure, and anxious, just shake your body just a bit to get loose and adjust your posture. How would you stand, sit, or walk when you feel relaxed, happy, confident, and on top of the world? Right. You would straighten your back, your shoulders would be relaxed, and your head would be straight, or at least you would carry it a little bit higher than before. Maybe you would even smile a bit, or at least your face would be more relaxed in general. Test it. Adjust your posture as if you would feel good within yourself. Really do it now. As our minds and our bodies are connected and communicate with each other, simply adjusting the posture will influence the way you feel and think, just as it did when you felt low, anxious, or tense, and your body mirrored and reinforced that feeling of discomfort. When you change your posture to a more relaxed and dignified posture, your mind receives the signal that you are safe, and the level of cortisol, which is one of the stress hormones, will naturally sink. That means you will feel better. You leave the so-called fight, flight, and freeze response, which also blocks your clear thinking. And then you can notice like an overall release. Which brings me to step or tip number 2, the fight, flight, and freeze response. When we feel that inner stress, we don't need to be aware of many things. We only need to make sure to leave the stressful situation, which in that moment means a threat to us of some sort, to come out on the other side and be safe. Therefore, our mind and our body reduce our normal functionality to the necessary in order to achieve that. And that also means, and probably you know this from experience, we don't need to think clearly. We don't need to be super creative and out there. We just need to find a way out. And what we need to understand is that this is perfectly healthy. This is perfectly okay. It's just the way we are. This is how we got through time in order to survive as a species. If we would have gone all zen and flowery and relaxed through time, I think we would have been extinct by now. And understanding that it is okay to feel anxious, stressed, or tense builds the bridge to step or tip number 3. When we understand we are not abnormal to feel the way we feel, it can become easier to surrender, to accept that this is just what is happening right now in this moment. The acceptance of our feelings leads to a natural rebalance. And you might know this. Well, certainly I do. When we feel discomfort, we have the tendency to run away from it or to fight it. We notice our heart is beating faster, our body is tensing up, and maybe we sweat or blush or shake. Our focus goes straight to all those symptoms and signals we experience, and we filter everything else out. We are like in a dark room with a flashlight on. The only thing we see or notice is just where the light points us to. And that doesn't mean the rest is not there. It just means we become blind to it. Our world is only the discomfort of now. This resistance just has the opposite effect of what we actually want. It reinforces the discomfort even more. And then we begin to talk negatively about ourselves to ourselves. We beat ourselves up for feeling the way we feel because we shouldn't. We label those feelings as bad and something horrible. And of course, the worse we paint it, the stronger the response becomes. We basically neglect the support we actually receive from our bodies. And so again, adjust your posture, understand this feeling is okay to have, and take it on board by accepting it being there for now. And for now goes right into tip or step number 4. In situations where we freak out and go really dark, we are everywhere else but here and now. Our mind goes to the past, the future, to all those horrible things that could happen, and to top it all off, into judgment of how bad of a person we are. To get ourselves out of that rabbit hole, we could begin to pay attention to our breathing, just for now, finding our breath. That's what we actually have right now. We are breathing right now. We are here right now. So direct your attention to the way you are breathing in and out. And breathe deeply into your abdomen. Not up here in the chest, deep down. Breathing in and letting it flow out. Just a bit longer than you were breathing in. Your attention and your thoughts shift to that process and get you out of your head, so to speak. So you are just here right now and you're safe. And when we get out of our heads, out of our stories, we can begin to become more present with what is actually happening right now and what is more important right now. The flashlight in the dark room widens. Or maybe it's just a light switch that goes on and lights up much more of the room that we are in for us to see. And when our focus can be more outside of ourselves and our narrow experience of sensations, we can become more clear again and open to the present. And when we become aware of the present, we can notice there's no tiger out there to get us. There is no event that is happening to us. It is just something we do. And we can learn to deal with it differently with time and practice by, again, adjusting our posture, knowing it's okay that we feel right now the way we feel, accepting the existence of those sensations at that moment, centering ourselves or focusing ourselves on our breathing just for a little bit, widening our view and perspective, getting out of our head into the here and now and what is really there and what is really important. And don't lose patience with yourself. This is a new skill to learn, and learning new skills always takes time. It's normal. We don't start as the expert. We are always a beginner. So, posture, acceptance, breathing, focus, and stay kind to yourself. And you will get better and enjoy your life more. So I hope this was useful for you. And if it was, it would be great if you would subscribe, like the video, and share it with others who could benefit from it. I'd be delighted if you would like to comment about your experience with those tools, and we could start a conversation. And now, go and have a lovely day. Bye for now.